Joining us is Frederick Terrell, who invented and came up with Pockitudes, which are really pocket-sized gratitude journals that are pretty amazing. Frederick, great to see you. Tell us about Pockitudes.
Sure. Well, so first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm deeply grateful, obviously, for this opportunity. I reached kind of a spiritual rock bottom a few years ago. After decades of struggling with anxiety and negative thinking, a brutal internal dialogue that didn't really keep me from being a productive member of society, but was just spiritually just deflating and demoralizing. So instead of celebrating my victories, I would ignore those and kind of start harping on my failures and what I missed and missed opportunities. So I was done, and I started doing some research, and I looked at the usual suspects, the Eckhart Tolles, the Oprahs, the Tony Robbins, and discovered the gratitude practice, which for me was really new, the actual act of a daily gratitude practice. And so I bought a bunch of journals and I tried a few, nothing really worked for me. And then I developed this, the 4-step Pockitudes practice.
Well, show me what a Pockitude journal looks like and kind
I
of
happen
walk
to
me
have
through
some.
it.
Sure. Yeah. So not sure how many. These are actually hot off the press. Actually, some of these we just literally got them delivered today. So in each journal is a self-care checklist in the back that has a lot of really helpful tips on forest bathing and breathing and meditation. Because for me in my recovery, it wasn't just gratitude; it was really a holistic approach.
Yeah.
A little introduction about the benefits of the gratitude practice. And then each page is blank and we have prompts. And so the program really starts with why I'm grateful. And really I created the prompts to help people guide the thinking so that you're not constantly saying my partner, my family, my job. So it's the different categories, a person, experience, a thing, a pet, a place, or self, like I can be proud of myself. So you write down your gratitude, then the prompt of why I'm grateful to really create a deeper imprint in the brain. And then today's act of kindness to take yourself out of yourself, to do something good for someone else. Reflection on the right, which is a blank for whatever reflections of the day. And then we have original inspirational notes.
I
And
love
so,
it. I hear people like Oprah and Eckhart Tolle talk about being grateful all the time and waking up with that. So if you have that on your nightstand and you wake up and read that, that really sets your day.
oh, absolutely. And for me, though, I think the reason it's a pocket-sized gratitude journal is really gratitude on the go, is that what I like to say. I'm not much of a diary keeper or journal writer myself, so I wouldn't really do that at night, which is why I had to create something that worked for me. So just the fact that I have this in my pocket, sometimes I don't have to do a daily practice, because if I feel any anxiety or these past habits I would have, these stories I would tell myself, I now have the tools. And just having this in my pocket, I did it intensely for 3 months, and then I discovered I could do it a couple times a week. And actually, we just discovered research shows you don't have to do it every day, but at least mindfulness and being mindful of it daily is really important.
When I teach goal setting classes, I talk about having a toolbox available and
Right.
being able to grab your toolbox and those assets that are going to help you and dig you out of that rabbit hole that you've gotten into. What excites you most about Pockitudes?
Oh, it's the stories I get from customers from around the country that just say that how can something so small have such a big impact on their lives? And it's not just the journal, right? For me, it's like a jump starting your practice. It can be that step one into a more holistic change. And that's why the self-care checklist is on the back, to really kind of remind us, like, connect with friends and laughter and community. There's 18 of these items. But for me, that's it. It's those testimonials, it's those reviews that aren't saying, oh, great journal, great paper, more about, oh my gosh, I did this for 3 weeks and it's amazing. Because for me personally, it really helped completely rewire my brain. And so when I hear those stories, that's why I'm in it. That's our purpose. That's our mission.
Why are you offering custom designed journals?
So I have a background in branding and design, starting my career as the graphic designer for Wharton Center at Michigan State University. So I love design. I love branding. And they realized we would get these requests. Can you do custom? I'm like, well, of course. That's our job. Like, we know how to do that. And so the ability for companies to really personalize that experience, and we've had some major corporations. Tomorrow we're sending out 6,000 journals to a county in New Jersey. We send them to universities, corporations for their wellness programs for employees. I think it's just a great way to get our journals out in a different way and just really customize the experience.
And I also understand that you donate part of the proceeds that you make to some organizations. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. 5% of our gross monthly sales go to support mental health nonprofits. And yesterday or last month was benefiting Dance to Be Free. And they improve the lives of incarcerated women through the healing power of dance. And my partner in this is my wife, Misa. She's the voice of Pockitudes. So I really don't want to take all the credit. It might have been my idea, but she's taken it to completely new heights. And she's an accomplished dancer and a healer. And so, yeah, that was a fitting one. And next month, we'll just pick another nonprofit organization.
And so where do you see the company heading in the future?
Artist collaborations are where we're seeing things. This is actually our latest one with Annie Riker, an illustrator out of Asheville, North Carolina. Because I'm so passionate about design, I want to help support artists. And so they benefit with proceeds of sales going directly to illustrators and artists. I see a robust line of journals, books, and we're experimenting with some interesting products for children as well.
How do you get the Pockitudes?
So you can go to Pockitudes.com. We're also on Amazon, but we encourage people to go to our website at Pockitudes.com. There's all kinds of articles. There's an entire page devoted to gratitude practice and lots of helpful tips. And if you join our newsletter, of course, you'll be the first to know about deals, discounts, and promos and new releases.
Frederick, I always end every interview by asking everyone the same question, and that is, Frederick Terrell, tell me something good.
Wow. Something good, I would go to our journal, Act of Kindness. So I would encourage all our listeners and our community to do something good for others, to get ourselves out of ourselves and our own lives. And there is so much reward and so much goodness that can come from doing something good for other people.
Well said, Frederick. Thanks so much for what you do. And thank you for the gift of Pockitudes. It's incredibly simple and meaningful, and it is changing lives.
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really enjoyed it.